Week number 6. How to get a man to call you every day to take you out. Now we're going to get into we're now halfway, now we're going to get into the men stuff. Right. Dating business card. How many of you have met a man that you liked? You didn't really want to give him your personal mobile number because you just wanted to test the waters? Just me? So you met a guy and he's asked for your number, but you was like, I don't want to give it to him, but I know I should do, but I'm going to take my time, and then you may not give it to him, and then you may lose out on the date. How many of you don't want to give out your number all the time to get hassled? Right. This week, this is what I want you to do. This is what I've got some of my clients are doing as well, is to create a separate mobile number, to get another mobile number, which is your dating business card number. And what that means is, use a different name or middle or make one up on the business card. So you're going to get a business card done with a different mobile number, pay as you go, whatever, okay? If you want to use your middle name, or you just want to shorten your name or whatever, so for example, if your name's Karen, maybe put Kaz on it, for argument's sake, to protect yourself, okay? But you can put your own name on that. Now the reason for that is, get a different mobile number, pay as you go. Every time this phone rings, you know it's a hot date. You're nodding as to say,
sounds interesting. I never thought of it that way.
Right, no, because you wouldn't. Right. Now, what this means is, if you're out, for example, when you met a guy and you had this on you, and this is your dating business card, right? And you met a guy and you're thinking, yeah, he's all right, you know, there's potential there, but I'm going to see how it goes. Are you more likely to give him that card that you know when that other number rings, it's going to be a man that's interested in you, as opposed to just giving out your work business card all the time? Does that make sense? So would you prefer to have a separate number that you've got some cards done that you give out to the men that you like? You're more likely to give them out more. So say for example, you meet a guy that you like and you've done your fluffy stuff and you've maxed out, right? You're maxed out your fluffy stuff and you want to just leave. And then you can say to him, I've got to go, but I tell you what, Mark, his name's Mark, you seem like a nice guy, let's have a coffee. I'll tell you what to do, here's my card, give me a call when you're free, you're ready. If you do that on a regular basis, do you not think you would have lots of dates? Do you not think you'd have lots of men texting you? Because these are the guys that you've met on in your troubles when you're going around, and these are the men that you start a conversation with, bumped into him into the car park, shopping, wherever it is. Now the reason for this, you'll be more confident to take that out and give it to him as opposed to your personal one because of the attachment you have with your personal number. Does that make sense? Yeah? Now I would put a different mobile number. Don't put your surname because he can find you on Facebook. So you're in full control of that situation. So then therefore what then happens then, you're more likely, keep it in your purse, if you see a guy that you like, you say to him, look, and this is very important how you close it. So look, I've really got to shoot, but I'd really like to see you again. I'd like to have a coffee, just say coffee, right? Here's my card. Now, if a woman does that to you, for example, and you just bumped into her and you met her, I'm asking a guy from the second opinion, and she's giving you your card and you liked her, what are you going to do?
I'm calling, text her.
I think just a little bit.
Listen, I'll be straight, right? Today, I'm going to show you some tips that are going to work for you. The whole purpose of me showing you today is to give you tips on how you can think outside of your comfort zone. If it works for you and you found that right man, would you be glad you did it? But I guarantee you, if all of you just keep doing what you've been doing up until now, you're going to get exactly the same thing. Now, all I'm saying is, get them done. And I know some of you may think, oh, God, it's a big thingy, but believe me, once you start giving out one card, how's he going to contact you? You start talking to me, you like me, and you give me an opening, he's just told you plainly there, he's going to follow up, because women don't do that. So you're now going to be thinking outside of the box than your competitors. I'm trying to make you think outside of the box to do things differently. And I guarantee you, if you give out 10 of these, I guarantee you 5 are going to call you, maybe more. And you've already showed it, you've already met him, you've had a communication with him, he will call you. Because women do not do that on the whole. Most women don't do that on the whole. And I guarantee you, you do this and you give out your number 10 times, I guarantee you those men will contact you, they're contacting you because they want to take you out. He's just said it.
So Des, if you're happy just to give your normal card out and you
That's fine,
them,
yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Because I think it's about being genuine. And I think it's that value because I wouldn't like it if somebody gave me a card that was not what their real name is.
Yeah, but
From a
women's
name, I'm having an issue with.
No, so you can choose if you want to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can choose. The reason why I've said that is protecting you because you're the female. Okay? Men, we can put our name, you're not going to give us maybe as much grief as we mostly give yourself. But you're in control of that situation. Does that make sense? So if you want to just put your first name, Kaz or whatever, then that way, when you get to know him, you can say, oh, that's my nickname.
Yeah.
My real name is X.
How would you feel if it was a completely different name? Because
I just say to him, that's my nickname.
Okay.
Yeah? But if you want to put Anne, if you put Anne, and you then come back and say, well, my name's Anna, but my granny used to call me Anna and I like using it. There's ways of doing that. The whole purpose of this is to create more dates. That's what you need to focus on. Don't focus on, oh, it looks a bit needy or different or blah-de-da-de-da. The whole, without giving you full details, and there's clients of mine that are doing this and they're getting dates every week. They're going out, they're in wine bars, they're meeting a man because they know actually this guy looks quite cool. I'm going to give him my card. When that phone rings, you know it's a man that wants to take you out. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you came here today for? Not, oh well, it needs to be this way because I want it that way. It needs to be fluffy with a little bow on top of it. No, it's not going to work like that. Life doesn't work like that. To be honest, he's most probably dealt with escorts in the past, maybe, for him to come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
But come on.
How many of that is that in 10 or?
I've never had that problem.
So it might be 1 in 10 or 25.
1 or 10 nice and
that
light.
think in that way.
Yeah. Doesn't mean all men are going to think like that. If you gave me your card like that, I wouldn't think that you're an
I
escort.
think it's a good idea. I think it's a bad
Try it. I guarantee you, and I've never been proven wrong. You try this, you will get lots of, because you're going to be more confident at the end of it. If he's toing and throwing, it's okay. Let's meet up for coffee and give me a card and give me a call. Don't put your email on there, or put an email if you don't want to give your number. Put the email on there and create a different email without your name in it. All right? Give it to all the men that you like, and give out 3 cards per week. Week 6. Okay? Week 6. I want you to be giving out 3 per week, and I want to know how you're getting on with that. For those of you that don't email me, I know you're not doing it. It's that bum as my daughter would say. That equals 21 dates in a week if you did that.
Month.
No.
Cards per week.
Sorry, that should be per day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
3 a day.
What a
day.
Made a mistake. Right. If you give out 3 cards per week, I guarantee if you did that every day, you get 21 dates, which might be a bit too excessive. That'd be 84 dates in a month. How many times do you go out every day? If you reflect back in the last couple of weeks, do you see a guy that you like most days if you're out and about? Not one. No, I mean, hold on a minute, sorry. I mean shopping, I mean on the tube, I mean walking from going to work, in your out and about. Social media as well. Don't tell me that you cannot create opportunities for you where you can meet men that you like the look of. Because let me ask another question. How many of you have been giving yourself 100% to finding the right man to date? Hands up. 100%. And you can't do any more. Because I'll tear you to pieces right now if you really want me to. Yeah. Is there anything more, honestly, that you really could do?
Change myself completely. Do a rewiring in my brain.
No, I'm being serious. If you honestly saying to everybody in the room, I've done everything. For example, if someone said to you, if you don't do this, you will die. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of level.
She went nuts. I mean, well, we've been exhausted.
Right.
So.
Okay. None of you in there is even 100%. Okay. How many of you have you been to a speed dating event recently? How many did you go to in the last month?
One.
1 or 4?
So I full time in a single month. Yeah.
Okay.
Very exhausted when we get home.
So dating sites?
Yeah. On them as well.
How many?
2.
2. How many dating sites are there?
Millions.
So you're only doing 2. So you could join another 4 or 5. Yeah? Do you contact women on social media? Dating groups? Right. Okay. I mean, I could spend.
Because I'm old fashioned.
Right. Well, then, what I'm saying is, you're not giving 100%. Okay. There's a lot more you can do, Zainab. A lot more.
And doing something like Electra, we do the matchmaking for you. We've got people.
eHarmony promised me that.
No, eHarmony's online. We're customers, but you'll hear about it.
You can hear about it. Okay. So none of you are giving 100%. Right?
Okay.
If you gave 100%, you'll have a lot more dates, and you most
I
likely.
think quantity is not quality.
Yeah.
You know?
But
I
you-
mean, I had 4 dates a week.
Yeah.
I was like on 3 sites parallel. I didn't work at that time. I really had time, to dedicate myself to that. And I thinking back, I said, what a waste of time.
But it doesn't mean that's how it's going to be in the future. There's a lot more, all of you. Hands up those of you honestly know there's a lot more you can do. Hands up. Hands up those of you that feel there's nothing more you can do. Right, let's carry on then. That's why you're here. Come on, I'm not being rude, but there's a lot more you guys can do, a lot more, and you know that. How many times have you seen a guy that you like, shopping, walking towards you, and you just want him to approach you, and he hasn't, and you never see him again?
Would you really go up to a guy that you just see shopping and picking a card?
No, you don't just give it to him like that.
No,
No, you're not listening. No, you strike the conversation with him. I'm talking about the guys that you meet and you strike a conversation, and you want to just say, you want to make it easier for him to contact you. No, don't go out and give out your card to all the guys. I didn't say that. Did I say that?
But that's what you're putting as a target.
No.
Putting as a target.
No, get out. I want you. I know for a fact. If I tell you to give 100%, you're most probably going to max out, maybe give it 60, 70. But if you're giving 20, you're making progress. Does that make sense? Today is all about you making. I know you're not going to do all of what the sale wants to. I know that. But you're going to do. If you apply some, you will get more dates.
Last question. Is there an easy way to work out if someone is single? Because what you don't want to do is go up, have a conversation, and look like the girlfriend, your wife is sitting at the
What you could do, if you meet a guy and you get speaking to him, ask him what he done for the last what you did for the last week. What did you do last weekend? What did you do to socialise? If it's you could ask him as the conversation's going, have you been abroad anywhere? Where did you go? Who did you go with? Your mates? Oh no, with my girlfriend. Okay, cool. Then you know. Does that make sense? There's always a way. Okay? Ask him questions that he more likely is going to be doing things with his girlfriend. What did you do at the weekend? Did you go? When was the last? What would you like to eat? When was the last time you went to a restaurant? Yeah. Then he's going to tell you. You'll feel more confident from this with the card. It will increase your dating chances. You have lots of men contacting you, and it will significantly reduce loneliness. I won't ask you to put your hand up if you're lonely, because I think we've all been there. Attend lots of dates. In America, they serial date. Every week, date. One of the advantages of doing it is if you haven't had a relationship for a while, don't expect to just meet the next man you meet, he's going to be the one. You're going to be out of tune. You're going to be out of tune of flirting, you're going to be out of tune of communicating with men that you emotionally like. So why not just go out on as many dates and practice? Even if he's not the 10 out of 10. If he's a 6 out of 10, just meet up with him. Because you don't know who he knows. You don't know who his best mate is. He could have a barbecue, invite you, and he invites his football team or his rugby team, and there's about 10 men there, 3 of them are single and 2 of them like you. Does that make sense? So you're thinking outside of the box. But some people, like the one my client I was telling you about, she wanted him to be all the boxes ticked now. And what made it even worse is that he does athletics, and they had athletic meetings and parties. So he would have invited her, and she could have, but she shut that door there for him, for herself, not for him, for herself, until the next one, because she wants that perfect man to land on her doorstep, and she is not perfect herself. I had to sort of be honest with her, but maybe it'll take a few years. Work on your question strategy and find out more about yourself and educate yourself more about men. So important. And this will help you to find the right man quickly. This will significantly increase your chances. This is exactly what you want, and you need, is it not, lots of interested men? No? That's what you want. That's why we're here. That's why you're here today, to find out how to get that, and this is how you can get that. Now, for the cards, go to Vistaprint, Amazon, /10, and you can get them free. Doesn't even cost you a penny. Who's not going to do this? Or just try it? Okay. Anyone else? So everyone promises me they're going to do it, yeah? No, I was going to say yes to shut him up. Thank you.
I've just got a question. I don't mind doing this, but I feel a bit uncomfortable that I don't know.
Okay, Callus said that she feels uncomfortable dating more than one man at a time. What you're doing there is you're going to put your hopes into one man that you meet, right? And then you're going to have all those thoughts, as women do. Oh, he's lovely, he's interested in me, but he's most probably dating other women at the same time as you. And in situations like that, if you're dating him and he meets somebody else, or you see him with somebody else, you're going to make him wrong because you're internalised that he's got your hopes up high that you was the one. But if you had dating, as in going out and meeting him and going out and meeting him, wouldn't you rather have 6 or 7 men that are interested in you, for you to be in control and choose who you want, as opposed to you're just relying? Because we can pick up that we're the only one that you're interested in.
But you might start to get sloppy and confuse their stories and can't remember.
But take on board what you can. If you can't, bounce on a minute. How many of you deal with your finances and do organising yourself and stuff at work? What do you work as? Teacher. Gee, oh come on. Do you mark kids' homework?
Yeah.
Give them reports? So what's the difference? Do you get
Put
confused?
it down, I'd have to remember it.
But write it down then. Yeah? Write it down. This is your life, okay? So if you're going to pussyfoot about with it, that's what you're going to get back. And I know you may say, oh God, I've got to get an Excel spreadsheet and write it down. This is more important to you than your career. It's obvious. Okay? This is more important to you, and what you're doing is you're giving your career the 100%, and you're giving this area hardly anything. And this is the reason why this is happening. If you're on a mission to do this, then keep track. If you don't, because you might slip up. Last thing you want is call a man John, and his name is Michael. Not a good idea.
Just call them Sweetie.
Sweetie, babe, or whatever. Not in the first date, though. Right, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know some of you may be a bit uncomfortable about that, but I guarantee you do that, you will get more dates than what you get at the moment. Guaranteed.